Up here.
Hi! Hello, everyone.
Hey. It's Selah and Maureen. We'll tell you what's going on. But we want to welcome you to What's in the Bag on Wednesday, December 3rd. And we're missing our girlfriends, aren't we, Selah?
Yes, we are. Cleta is in Pennsylvania at a big $1 million weekend, and Latrice is busy working in Mississippi. So you've got me and you've got Maureen, and we're excited to be with you tonight.
We are. It's the beginning of December, and it's the beginning of the most wonderful time of the year. And we're going to share with you tonight, literally not too long at all, about some things about Mary Kay. And I know that in the past you may have jumped on. Your consultant probably bribed you or begged you to jump on tonight because they're either going to get into a drawing themselves, and they offered you to something too. By the way, please in the comments put your name and the name of your beautiful beauty consultant. But we're not going to go over facts and figures tonight. We're going to go over heart and stories and some things that Selah and I like. Selah, how long have you been with Mary Kay?
I have been in Mary Kay 30 years as of this past November.
Woo! And I'm 29. I'll be 30 next year. So 29 years. And, it sounds like a long time, but doesn't it feel like we just blinked our eyes and we're like 29 years? What?
Oh, yeah. You look back and there's so much life you've lived.
Yes.
It's gone by like zip, just like that.
That's
crazy.
So we're going to share a little bit with you about what we would tell our younger self with what we know now. And I think it's going to, please put any kind of questions that you want in the comments. We would love to entertain those. But let me see here. I will tell you right now, I have to have notes. So I have notes here. So you just bear with us because we want to give it to you in a way that is going to touch your heart as much as we've lived it and it's touched ours. So we're going to tell you what we would tell our younger self if we could about Mary Kay now that we know what we know now. Because let's be honest, I mean, I didn't know a thing about Mary Kay at all, except that my mom used to use the makeup and she had to put water with it and all the things, right? But I'll tell you what I didn't know back then. So I didn't know how badly I needed Mary Kay in my life, way more than I realized. I was working full-time in management at a big chain grocery store, making great money, great benefits and all the things, but something was super duper missing. And filling the void of the missing was a lot of Michelob Lights. And I will tell you that wasn't really a great thing at all. Mary Kay became a doorway to healthiness. It became a doorway to meet new women, a new environment, a new purpose. Even though I was still working my 6-day-a-week job at the grocery store, many hours per week, I was single at the time. And I didn't know that these friendships, like with Selah, I'm in Michigan, she's in Georgia, and I didn't know that these friendships would become a sisterhood. It would help me be the best version of myself. I didn't know that eventually one day I would be able to turn around and give that back to somebody else and support somebody else the way I have been supported, and I had no idea what God was setting me up for at all. I didn't know that the personal growth would never stop. I'm still being the best version of myself today, living a sober life, very grateful. But I would tell my younger self, say yes to Mary Kay fast. I did say yes immediately when I was asked. Sometimes people have to be layered and they have to really, get asked a couple different times, but I said yes right away. But I would tell myself that this is going to change everything, that this yes is going to change everything. So what about you, Selah? What would you have told your younger self?
Well, so like I said, I've been in 30 years. And 30 years ago, I would have told my younger self that you simply do not know what you don't know. You don't, I would tell myself, don't just say when someone says, "Would you like to do Mary Kay?" and you just say no, or you ask someone their opinion and they say, "Oh, girl, I don't know if I would do that because I know so and so that was in Mary Kay and they did not do well." Because as you go and grow, you realize that, especially in this opportunity, there are no limits. That's what I would tell my younger self, and that you all the lights don't have to be green. When I joined, I had three young children. I was married. I had um, a 1 year old, a 3 year old, a 5 year old, and I was super busy, but I was also a stay-at-home mom, and I wanted a little something. I didn't know what that was, but I kept saying, I have been asked several times, and then my sales director is Cleta Colson Air. And every time we're great friends, best of friends today. But back then I would see her, our dads both own businesses, and she would say, "Hey, do you want to sign up?" And I'd say, "No, I just can't. It's just not the right time." But as we know, and that things are not, all the lights are not green all at once. And I would tell myself just to do it and try it, because in this business, there is so little risk. You're just really, um, you don't, you may get told no a few times in the business. That's the biggest risk you're taking. It is just because it will help you. It would help me so much. The friendships, the sisterhoods, the living through life. That it is a priceless opportunity. That's what it is to me. It has changed my life forever, and that's what I would tell myself.
Yeah, and that's so. It is. It's everything you just said. It like like it's priceless to you, and I'm like, do it faster, and so okay, so it's kind of like interview for Maureen and Selah. So
Yeah.
anyways, here, let's see what the girls are saying over here. Let's see, we got a hi ladies. Hello, we got a hi ladies from Deborah. Thanks you guys for jumping on. We've got looking beautiful. Thank you. It's Mary Kay. And yes, Cleta is your director. And look at here, we got Katie Hayes. Hey, girl. And then Tina, she says, love the positivity and girldom. I have so many naysayers, but I will prevail. That is the truth right there, isn't it? I love it. I love it. So here's like our little second thing we want to share with you. Like today and like 30 years ago and today, like what would we wish that we knew sooner, right? Or what we think that, maybe women want today. What we're finding is that what we wanted 30 years ago, honestly, it's even with all the changes, like, from cassette tapes to whatever, streaming.
Yeah.
We all want the same thing. It's not changed that much really as a woman, right? Because Mary Kay Ash created this company to enrich the lives of women everywhere, right, on the planet. So I will tell you, for myself personally, I wanted some fun with no hangovers. I was a little tired of the hangovers, and in Mary Kay, it was a safe zone for me. It was a big safe zone to live a sober life and real fun with real friends. I'll be honest with you, with working at the grocery store, I was working 6 days a week, a ton of hours. I loved what I did. It was always changing. It was always different. So I didn't really come in for the money so much. The extra cash was great, but I loved building the relationships with the customers, right? As I met them and showed and shared the product and stuff like that. I got to look at my notes, you guys. So eventually, something positive to attach to my life. I had to have it. Like I was doing some AA, church, Mary Kay, counseling. Like it was, by that time I had gotten married, had a couple kids, and then a lot of life happened. So I got to keep with my Mary Kay business with the customers that I had built, but I kind of took a step back and just kind of serviced them for about 10 years or something like that. But guess what? Nobody kicked me out. Nobody kicked me out. I still got to get my products for the consultant's cost. I still got to make a little bit of profit with the customers that I had already built and all the things. And isn't that great? Like, because the cleanser goes down the drain every single night, I think that's kind of a super cool thing. You know, it does, you don't always have to get new business if you've already built a little bit of a business going. So I wanted to have something that aligned with where I was going, right? I was moving away from the bar scene and I was going somewhere different. So I needed something that aligned me with where I was going. And Mary Kay Ash made this company with God First, Family Second, and Career Third. And that's how I wanted to model. And so this business was perfect because that's how Mary Kay Ash started this business. So I wasn't really looking for another job. I was looking for fun, community, purpose, a way out of where I was. And Mary Kay gave me all that. And I wouldn't have known it, but that's what I would tell myself. That's what I would tell myself. What about you, Sailor Girl? That's a toughie, right?
Yeah. Well, what I would tell myself about the business part of it, or what is, that you could not replace. You have no idea the girlfriends and the positivity that you, even if you're a positive person, we all get down. I would tell myself that you don't know the life that is coming in front of you. I was married with 3 children when I came in. A few years later, I was divorced with 3 children, and I mean, 0 money. And then I later married again, except for a second time, and we were married 21 years, and he passed away suddenly. In between there, I took care of my mother who had dementia. And so I am not, we all have life. I'm giving those examples only because I had my Mary Kay business that I could work. I had the flexibility of my business. I had the flexibility of my income. When I needed more money, I could earn more money. I had the positive influence from all my Mary Kay sisters. And the great thing about Mary Kay, and you really don't understand it till you're in it, is that the sisterhood is just not a local sisterhood. It is, you meet women, and then, you're joined at the heart, and they go home, like Maureen said, to Michigan, to Texas, to wherever in the country. But when you see them or need them, they are right there. It is amazing. And of course, way back then, I had no idea the quality of the product that Mary Kay not only had then, but has today. It's the only thing I've used for 30 years. And so there's just, you could just go on and on about, what you would tell your younger self. I would tell myself to do it. I would say, girl, you need to do it because you really don't know. Like I said before, you don't know what you don't know. And if you have an inkling idea that it might be something that you would like to try, then I would tell myself, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I love that. And I love how you talked about, pieces of your life where, you know what, here's the thing. Our life isn't perfect and Mary Kay isn't perfect, but we're living through it and it's practical. Mary Kay, I think, is a practical business. And, it just makes sense because it's simple. So let's go back to the, what do we got here? We got a couple questions here. Did it come up? Deborah says, do you work your business virtually or in person? That's a great question. Do you want to answer that, Selah?
Yes, I will. I am a person that loves in-person business. And I am the one in the group that is technically challenged on a good day. But I do virtual appointments too. So I just say that to say, if I can do it, anybody on the planet can do it virtually.
Right.
And of course, in person is so easy. But before COVID, really we weren't allowed, to do it online. So everyone did it in person. Since COVID, a lot of people switched to total virtual, but I do a combination of both, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I'm the same. I do both. I do both. And it is a beautiful thing because sometimes when you meet somebody locally and they want to, they want their sister who's out of state, and it's like, hey, no problem. I'll send her some samples and we'll just get on a Zoom and we'll wash our face and put it together. So anyways, what else? And we got, that's Cheryl Stoops right there. We've got wonderful testimony.
Okay.
Yes. You know what? I think that's the only way to be, right? And because we are not, we just lay it all out there. We just lay it all out. Hey, Sister Renee. And I love this about Cheryl. She's been using the Extra Emoliate Night Cream or the face moisturizer for 50 years.
Wow. Give her a hand. That's awesome.
I know. And she's one of my best customers. I have a lot of really great customers, but Cheryl, she loves the product and knows all about the company. So thank you, Chris.
Hey, Maureen, real quick to Cheryl. I have a customer. She is 103 years old, and she has been using Extra Emoliate Night Cream on her face for, I don't know, 60, 70, forever. She orders 5 to 6 tubes at a time still. So it is a great product, and I'm sure your skin is beautiful.
It is, actually. She had her daughter's wedding last year, and we got to hang out for a little while and get her face and her makeup all beautiful, on point. She was beautiful. So, all right. Well, we got another little thing that we're going to chat about real quick, and it's what you finally understand now and why it matters, right? What we finally, because, we don't know what we don't know 30 years ago. So what we finally understand and why it matters. So, oh my gosh, like 3 decades, I lived through multiple seasons, single, no kids, full-time work, marriage, motherhood, major life changes, sobriety. Mary Kay fits in to every season, every single season. When somebody said, are you still doing that Mary Kay thing? Which I'm not sure what that thing means. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know. Do you still do that work thing? Like, I don't know what that Mary Kay thing is, but anyway, I'm like, yeah, I'm a lifer. Like, I'm a lifer. I'm not going anywhere, and it fits into every season. So the opportunity checks every box for me over the last 30 years. God first, family second, career third. It helps me grow spiritually, emotionally, personally. We get to be on a weekly Bible study, a director Bible study. I would almost say a director of Mary Kay just to be in that Bible study, to be honest. I mean, like, that Bible study is something that has helped my spiritual life in such a way I can't even explain without crying ugly tears. So the sisterhood is real. It's like a treasure. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for me. I get to choose my hours. I get to create the extra income. Like, if we had a thing that we want, like, we're going to Chicago this Friday, right, for the weekend. Like, why am I going to Chicago? Like, can I tell you, it's going to be 14 degrees. I don't even know why I'm doing it, but we're going as a group. So I wanted to make a little extra money so I could pay for one of our expensive little dinners on Saturday night, right? Just to surprise Roger, my husband. And so anyways, I did a couple extra things that weren't really on my books, and I was able to make the money and kind of stash it in my pocket. And so I'm going to bring it with me this weekend. We can do that. Sometimes if you only make, you only work so many hours, you can't do that really. You can't just say, hey, I need some extra money next week. Can you float me some extra cash? We can make some extra money. I get to work with people I want to work with. We don't have to work with everybody. We don't have to, like, it's our choice, right? We get to make those choices. So the opportunity was built for women like me, like Selah, like all of you listening, and it grows with you in every season of your life. I actually recommend being in Mary Kay for at least 1 year for your life, like at least 1 year, to be around this group so that you can go to seminar and be. I've got a girl in our unit, Deanna. A couple of years ago, she was at seminar and she goes, I got to go to seminar this year. I got to be in that pink bubble. She knows what to expect when she gets into the groups, like the conferences, the fall retreat, the career conference, all the things. She knows what to expect. She knows that she's going to walk away from there filled up, happy, feeling great about herself and her business. And I think that's wonderful. So anyways, what do you got?
Maureen, she tells all the good answers, y'all.
Ah!
I wish she could go in front of me, but I didn't know she was. No, that's so good. That is so, honestly, what I would say that I finally understand is that no matter what you do in life, there will be good times and times that you don't do as well. And really, and sometimes you just kind of say, well, I just failed at that, right? But in Mary Kay, you may not hit your goal, but you land, your fall is so soft. So there should be no fear in coming in and setting big goals. I would say to you that I understand now that even if you're a positive person, which I think I am a pretty positive person,
Yeah.
You still need to be surrounded by people that are positive and that have been to places you haven't been, career wise, and that are willing. The beauty of the business is they, like my sales director is begging for someone to take her job, because when someone takes her job, that means that she gets promoted, right? Mm-hmm. She gets elevated. That's the only way you're promoted in Mary Kay. You do it yourself and then you bump the next person up. And that's the beauty. You don't have to worry about someone taking your job or being released from your job. We all in America put so much weight on a job. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you that I have a son that had a mega medical sales job. And his company got bought out. And the new company came in and major layoffs and he's like, look, I was your number one person the first year. I was your the second year, the number one person. You're letting me go. But it had nothing to do with that. And so, you think you're secure, but it's good to have a little backup plan. Mm-hmm. They don't teach us that in school, or at least they didn't teach me that in college. But I just know that Mary Kay is the real deal. And in order to go places, you have got to be following people that are going somewhere. And you've got to have people that are surrounding you that are going somewhere. And that's the way it is in Mary Kay. And even if you are positive and you're doing all the right things, sometimes you can get a little stinking thinking. And you need people around you that love you, that gently say, hey, girl, come on. And that's how it is. There's just no replacement for it. And that is totally what what happens as women is that whatever is going on with us leaks into our family. It's the trickle down effect. It's throwing the rock in the pond effect. And that, if you're up and excited about life, your children will be that way. And, the people around you will be that way. It really matters. My children, although they went through a lot, they're all top producers. And I attribute, to the Lord, of course, the Lord has been my strength and my guide. But, Mary Kay, like Maureen said, is God first, family second, career third. And that sisterhood has been irreplaceable. So that's what I would tell myself. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know. I would really love to go back and tell myself some things. Really, mm-hmm. I really would. So our next little part for you guys is like the last part is why wouldn't you? So a lot of times, when we share the opportunity with you, we give you a lot of facts and figures and the European Union guidelines and all the things. And we really wanted to share a piece of our heart with you and a piece of our story with you, because I think that's important. We can tell you 50%, we can tell you a lot of different things, but unless you are touched by something and you understand that you will be supported, trained, all the things, that there is a net for you, and it's called friendship. And it's just the funnest thing I've ever done in my whole life and still get paid for it. Like I can't put my brain around how this is legal. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what they told Mary Kay Ash. Don't do this. Like, don't do this at all. This is not going to go well for you. And glad she didn't listen, because she had a vision from the Lord. So anyways, we'll tell you a little bit about, if something gives you more peace and purpose and more community and flexibility and control over your life, why wouldn't you take a further look at it? So I'll tell you, we're not asking you to make any decisions tonight. What I would ask you is if you were bribed or begged or whatever to get on this call tonight, it's because the person who asked you because she thinks you're all that in a bag of chips. She thinks that you would be great at this, whether you go crazy and want the Cadillac or whether maybe you just want some girlfriend time. But this is more than just selling skincare and makeup. It's a sisterhood that supports, and it's just absolutely incredible. It would cost $35 to get started. That $35 gets you a couple of foil samples and a consultant number, and it gets you a platform to accept credit cards, and it will give you a online store. Okay. So if you're a customer, which I'm sure you are listening to this, you've been on our personal website. So that's what it gives you, $35. Now, if you want the full experience, which I highly recommend, you would get the $90 starter kit. And here's the bag. Look at how big it is. Huge. You know what I love most about it, Selah? Is the inside. Oh my gosh, could it be any cuter?
Yeah.
What's really cool is that the $90 will get you this amazing bag full of over $400 worth of product that you would use to share the product with other people. So it's $125 come in. And I will tell you that the 90% buyback, the whole thing is like a no risk getting started. Anyway, you can work a few hours a week or more if you choose. You can, if life is knocking you over, nobody is coming and saying, why aren't you working your business? You're not pressured. We only want women who want to do this. We're not chasing people down, right, Selah? Like, no. But we would love to support, mentor, and train and meet you and give you more information about, any questions that you might have that we haven't covered. I would say give yourself 1 year to try something that could bless your life like it has Selah's and my life. The worst thing that would happen is that you become a customer again. I would give it a year. At the very least, I would give it 90 days, especially right now in December. You could get so many Christmas gifts at consultant's price. So the best part, you don't have to decide tonight. Get with your consultant. Let her know that you saw it. Maybe she's got a feedback form or something to get whatever she promised you. Mm-hmm. And we want to give you something to think about, pray about, and explore if your heart nudges you that way. And if anything resonates with you, get with that person who invited you, and she'll talk you through the next steps at your own pace. So what else do you got for us tonight, Selah?
Just one more thing, and I just wanted to share real quick that not only are you blessed as a person for being in, but you get to be such a blessing to other people. Just the people that you meet and the people that you become friends with because you are saying, hey, would you like to try some Mary Kay? It is a blessing. You don't know what people are praying for tonight, an answer for something. And you, as a Mary Kay consultant, a lot of times you stumble into that relationship or ask her, hey, have you ever tried? And Mary Kay, and she says, oh my goodness, I have been praying for something. And I can tell you that I know people that I would have never known who are my dear friend, not in the Mary Kay, not a consultant, but my customers and friends outside of that are part of my business, my local business. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. I mean, I cannot really express, it'll make me start crying, because you just go through life with these people. I mean, they're going through life just like we are. Everyone's going through life. And so, it just, whether they're buying a great product from you or they decide to come into the business with you, and it gives that woman a way to provide for her family or, make ends meet, send Johnny to camp, whatever the case may be. But that is a part of it that you just can't hardly put into words how special it is. But and that's all I have. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much, Selah. And that is so true. Everything that you just said. But you know what I just remembered while you were talking? We didn't do what's in the Bible. So do you got anything at your hand's reach?
Let's see. I'm sure if you can give me 1 minute.
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm going to tell them what's going on next week. So next week, what's in the bag? Probably holiday gifts or something like that. Probably something like that. But most importantly, the week after, which is Wednesday, December 17th, we're going to be doing the glass skin. And you got to get in on that. You got to try it out. We will send you the samples. And there'll be like a whole bunch of us on, like Cleta and Holly from Illinois. And usually, oh my Lord, we got a couple other girls. We got a couple other girls that jump on and we have a blast. We do this glass skin. It's Korean inspired. We do it on Zoom, but Cleta pushes it to her YouTube, and you got to get on. So ask your consultant for the glass skin pamper packet, and she'll get it out to you so that you have it for the 17th. So anyways, I would love to see you on there. We do have a blast. And I will tell you that your face will feel like glass. Amazing. And it's free. You guys, it's free. So we appreciate you being on here. We want to thank you so much. Grace Gloria had a little something to say, and until she said that thing for me is a positive venue that we share to help others feel so special. The blessing to see the sparkle come back into a woman's eye to enjoy making money with women while you fit it into your schedule. Thank you so much, Grace. I really appreciate that. And Renee shared that she loves the friendships of Mary Kay lifelong friends. You guys, I didn't go to college, so I didn't have that whole sorority thing. So I am so excited that this was part of my life, that God put me right here. So anyways, go ahead, Selah, with our What's in the Bible.
Okay, y'all, this is the passage I read at our Thanksgiving, and it's Psalms 100. It's one of my favorite. And it says, make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name. For the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations. That's Psalm 100.
Love it. Yes. I love it. Thank you so much, Selah. All right. Well, we didn't do the beginning either, but we'll do the end. So we'll see you next week with What's in the Bag? Bye, you guys.